The Lagos State government has read the Riot Act to all residents of the state and who brazenly defy and disobey environmental laws, saying henceforth the full force of the law will be brought to bear on them. The State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Mr. Tokunbo Waham, made this comment during a press conference in Alausa, Ikeja. He says a stiff penalty of about 250,000 naira fine or up to 3 months imprisonment awaits anyone caught dumping refuse illegally or littering the environment.
Henceforth, there will be zero tolerance for all forms of environmental infractions. We are seeking to keep Lagos clean during this Salah period as we prepare for Salah festivities, which comes up in a few days' time. As we all know, it is a major festival for all adherents of the Islamic faith. During the festival, a lot of waste will be generated through slaughtering of rams and other types of livestock. We, however, want to urge Lagosians and all residents to maintain a clean and hygienic environment, especially around homes, markets, and worship centers. All generated waste should be sorted, bagged, and handed over to the approved PSP operators across all the wards of the state. We also want to discourage the dumping of refuse or solid waste in the drains, medians, or setback. Every illegal dumping in the drains and the public spaces causes flash flooding, endangers public health, and defaces our city, the city of Lagos, and our state, Lagos State. It is strictly prohibited and under active surveillance by the Loma team and the task force and the largest team under Major Code surveillance. Lagosians must also know that there are stiff penalties for offenders now. Anyone caught dumping refuse illegally or littering the environment with refuse faces up to 250,000 naira fine or up to 3 months imprisonment under the Lagos State Sanitation Law provisions. Serial offenders, however, will face stiffer punishments.
Let's get more on this. Joining us on the program to discuss this year's World Environment Day is the CEO of the GSR 360 Group and member of the 1 Million Trees Initiative, Mr. Uba. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Right, so, you know, the danger of plastic waste and the pollution of the environment is the theme of this year's World Environment Day. And incidentally, we just heard, you know, from the Commissioner of Environment in Lagos talking about the ban on single-use plastic and other initiatives that the state government is doing to protect the environment. Lagos is, I wouldn't say it's such a huge space when you talk about landmass, but, you know, you have millions of people living here and, you know, doing their thing. So how realizable is the state government's dream of clearing up plastic and ensuring that they don't return to the environment to block drainage systems and all that? We've seen flooding everywhere, and NIMET has predicted more flooding this year, and we do know block drainages cause this. So how easy, you know, will it be for the state government to get this done?
Yeah, you know, thanks. You see, there is no better time to talk about plastic than now. Lagos alone generates above 15,000 metric tons of plastic waste daily. And so we must have concerted effort to tackle this. Now, how do we do it? From government to citizenry, to non-governmental organizations, to students, to children, there must be concerted effort. We must make it an intentional effort because that's the only way we can do it. Look at it. Plastics, we're looking at single-use plastics. It takes first to 20 years for it to, first of all, degenerate into microplastics. It takes over 400 years for it to completely decay. And so for every ton of waste plastic that I allow into the soil, it's going to take at least 450 years for it to completely decay. Now, how do we do this? How do we tackle it? You can try the School for Plastic Initiative. It's doing very well. You can try Cash for Plastic Initiative. It works across, everywhere in the world. Factory for Fuel. Factory for Fuel. Go to factories who generate this plastic. Give them an initiative. The government can do it. That for every ton of plastic you return to a recycle plant, you get a free fuel for your factory. It will work. Now go to pharmacies who in turn sell these plastics either by package or by branding to the public. Let them go into using paper bags. So until we do this, let us commercialize it. Put commerce into it. If you check the streets of Lagos today, you hardly can find empty plastics because it's now money. For them, it's commercialized. And so the government must look at efforts to be sure that this commercial system of returning plastics is enforced.
Right. I think there's some kind of compliance to that, albeit in little ways, like some supermarkets are giving out paper bags or making customers pay extra for plastic bags, or even encouraging people to come to the grocery stores with their own bags, those that are reusable, so you don't throw it away, because you know that if you do, you probably go with your goods more in your hands.
Yeah. You see, paying more, paying more looks, like, okay, taxing them more. Don't forget that whether we like it or not, whether we're economists or not, untaxed fund on Nigeria streets is far, far more huge. And so somebody would prefer to lose 5, 10, 20 naira.
Than the inconvenience.
Yes, than the inconvenience. So we must make policies and implement those policies. Good intentions don't plant corn. That's an African adage. You understand?
You have to be intentional.
Yes, it has to be intentional.
Yes.
So both government, non-governmental organizations, individuals, children's schools, we must be intentional about it.
And good, one of the ways that we're trying to protect the environment is to do tree planting. Good. And it's one of your passion.
Our passion.
You've been going out today, to do it. How was it?
Fantastic. This year was awesome. You understand? Normally we plant trees, but this year we're taking Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Delta together. We did all, at the same time. We have introduced cash crops. Instead of trees alone, we are now introducing cash crops. Mango, orange, guava, almond, cocoa, so that at least you are sure that the much the tree is going to give you shade, protect the environment, you can have a cash return for it. And so people will have to protect it.
Right.
And so that's 1 million tree initiative.
I'm afraid we've completely run out of time, but it's a conversation that we must get back to. It never ends, really. 400 years, that's a long time. Yeah. I've been speaking to the CEO of GSR 360 Group and member of the 1 Million Trees Initiative, Mr. Uba. Thank you so much again for your time on the program.
Thank you for having me.